The college football experience. South Carolina Gamecocks 2025 season preview episode on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Get up to $1,000 deposit match when you sign up at Underdog Fantasy with our promo code. That's TCESGPN. And remember, as always, folks, to let it ride.
Hey folks, this is Bud Foster. You're listening to SGPN. Let's let it ride.
Yes. Woo! Welcome to the college football experience. South Carolina Gamecocks 2025 season preview episode. YouTube.com/the college experience. Jump on over there, hit that like and subscribe button as we continue to break down all 136 teams in the land. And this is a triple header tonight, and hopefully you caught some of the other stuff we put out. I put out an a Tony Elliott clip. He's familiar. He played at Clemson back in the day. I mean, not that. I look, Carolina fans, they don't want to hear. Yeah, check it all out. All right, and I do highly recommend also subscribing to the podcast because some of these interviews I have, we did not have camera available, so it's strictly audio. So YouTube is great for this show. But also Spotify, iTunes, all of them. All right. Jump in on all of them. Look, and if you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, that's fair. My name is Colby Swing at Database Dan, AKA Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
He's the kind of guy that would drink a gallon of gasoline so he could piss in your campfire. You could drop this guy off at the Arctic Circle wearing a pair of bikini underwear without his toothbrush, and tomorrow afternoon he's going to show up at your poolside with $1 million smile and a fistful of pesos.
I was very wrong about this team last year. I ate a big old steaming hot pile of shit fading this team. And to be honest, their record should have been better. They got screwed in that LSU game. Ridiculous call. I'm still mad at that call, man. I am joined by my co-host. He is also the host of the college basketball experience. And man, we've been, look, Lamont Paris doing great things down there in Columbia, South Carolina. When the season goes live, we will be talking about each and every college basketball game every single night, like we've been doing for years. We do the same with football. Give it up for former staffer at Austin Peay with the Governors, staffer at West Virginia with the Mountaineers, and staffer and part of the Final Four team with the South Carolina Gamecocks, Ryan McIntyre, aka Monetline Mac. How are you, brother?
Yeah, baby. Columbia, South Carolina, my former roots. Great year 2017. Go Cox, baby. Let's go.
Mac tonight! Come on, make it Mac tonight!
Yeah, and I'm in the great state of South Carolina recording this. I wanted to go get as close as I can without getting egged after my prediction last year of thinking I bet them on the under last year and I ate a pile of shit. I'll shout out to my guy Terrell Furman Jr., who I know took the over and cashed in there. So look, last season was kind of a breakthrough season, and you do got to wonder, like, what if, like we have that 12 team playoff. You look at what happened last season. It was a slow start. I mean, they almost lost to Old Dominion out the gate, but after that, and you can make the case they might, I think Old Dominion outgained them, but 9-4 season, and you wonder, without that chicken shit call against LSU, throw the bowl game out, even though that bowl game was awesome, they would have been 10-2, and they would have been in the playoffs. And one of their losses was a 2-point loss at Bama. in a game that was a great game too. They could have won. But the LSU game, you wonder if the refs just, called football the way football should be called. South Carolina will be a playoff team. That is a huge season. Now, unfortunately, they were 9-3. That call was called, but still, Beamer Magic's the thing. Your thoughts on last season's, big time, season in a way?
Hey, it really was. It was a breakthrough. I mean, they were not playing good football the first 5-6 weeks. The Ole Miss game at home, they kind of got drilled right from the get-go. But the LSU game, they got jobbed in. Alabama, they almost stole that game at the end. They were right there for the taking, but then they ran the table until that bowl game. And, they had big wins. They beat A&M in primetime and then just beat the shit out of them. Annihilated Vandy in Nashville. And then, of course, when you win at Clemson for the second time in 3 years, Gamecock fans are going to like that a lot. So, yeah, shout out to Shane Beamer, man. Great year.
Very, very good year. Now, I think the bad news is, well, we'll get to it. Let's load up the slides. All right. YouTube.com/the college experience. Shane Beamer, kind of a breakthrough season, 8-5 in 2025, 5-7 in 2023. And I was of the opinion it was going to be like another 5-7 season in 2024, which would have probably put him on the hot seat. Instead, 9-4, should have been 10-3, or maybe even 10-2. And then, cause then you're playing a playoff game. All right. You got my attention. A lot of times you get the coach's son, and the legend's son, and it's just not the same. But there's multiple legends on this roster. We'll talk about that, or legend sons on this roster, or on the staff. But 29-22, Beamer's got this thing going in the right direction, and I'm here for it all because, hey, Frank Beamer was a legend. You heard the intro with Bud Foster, friend of the program. So I'm here for it, man. The offense, though, they lost. Remember, they lost Dow Loggins, their offense coordinator, too. He's now the head coach of Appalachian State. Go check out our App State preview because we like what we're seeing there. Mike Shula, the new OC, once again, coming from coaching royal, lineage. Don Shula is his dad. And remember, Mike Shula coached at Alabama. Alabama fans were not the biggest fan of the result of that era, but hey, I like this, man. Don Shula, Frank Beamer connections. Let's go. He inherits an offense from a season ago that was 47th in scoring offense, 75th in passing offense, 35th in rush offense, charting at 45th in total offense. This is, I think, the $1 million question for this season on the offensive side of the ball. You see it so often. LaNorris Sellers looked great last season, and NFL scouts are raving about him. Allegedly turned down $8 million offer to jump to another school to come back to Carolina, and the guy's he's a fucking beast, man. Like, I was very, very impressed with his development, but I think we should talk about how it is when you switch to a different offense. Because Jalen Daniels had a lot of Heisman hype last season. Now, granted, he was coming off of an injury, but also his offense coordinator, Andy Kotelnicki, had gone to Penn State, and it looked like he was first 5-6 weeks. Now, he ended up finding his groove late in the year, but he definitely did not. And that's a common thing, I think, when you switch up an offense sometimes. That maybe you should be a little weary of that, because especially because Beamer's forte is not offense. He was a special teams coach at Oklahoma. It's not like he's an offensive guy. So this is intriguing to say the least, but the guy is a beast, and he's got to avoid the old sophomore slump there, because he was fantastic last year. But where are you at with LaNorris Sellers and just his overall play from last season and coming into this year?
Love Sellers. I think he's a gamer, man. He's a South Carolina kid. He's from Florence, and I mean, over 2,500 yards, 18 touchdowns. He had another 7 on the ground, and he's a football player, man. He does it. It's not always pretty with him. He's not just a drop back passer. He extends drives with his legs. He keeps plays alive. He's got good size. I can see why the scouts at the next level really like him. He looks the part. But you're right. New system. Interested to see how he looks with a little bit of a target on his back, because nobody knew who he. I mean, Gamecock fans knew who he was last year, but on the national landscape, he still was a little bit unknown.
Yeah, and look, if they do have a big year, Nyck Harbor out of DC, by the way, man, this dude, I remember hearing about him while he was in high school, but then once he got to college, I remember Feldman covering him on his freaks list. He's never put it all together, but if South Carolina has a great year, I would say Nyck Harbor is going to be one of the reasons why, because he is just an athletic freak when you look at him. Now, if he can put it together this season, if Shula can, for what, do whatever he's got to do to get him to come out of his shell, that's where it could really be an X factor. Now the offense, though, Rocket Sanders is gone. So they bring back Nyck Harbor, as I alluded to, Michael Smith at the tight end spot, and then just 2 of 5 on the offensive line. At least it's your tackles. And you're breaking in a new OC, so a little weary there. They did hit the portal, and they brought in Aaron Noland, who was a 5-star from Ohio State.
What a name!
Great name, great fucking name. Let me ask you something. Do you worry, like, if you're LaNorris Sellers? I know you got paid probably this offseason, but do you worry a little bit they bring in a 5-star?
No, because he's supposed to be the dude. I mean, he's supposed to be a Heisman Trophy candidate. But I mean, it's a good backup though. Sellers does take a lot of hits.
That's true. They also got Rasul Faizan from Utah State. I liked his game at Utah State. Isaiah Gustave from Colorado, who flashed at times. I think previously from Colorado, he was at Arkansas. Tight end Jordan Dingle coming in from Kentucky. And then they went on the O-line and grabbed guys from Incarnate Word, Wake, Troy, Western Kentucky. Do you think the offense can basically be a top 50 offense, Mac?
I think so. I mean, Sellers, I know it's a new system with Shula, but he was with the South Carolina staff last year as a offensive assistant. So he still was with the program. So a little bit of continuity. Faizan coming over from Utah State. I mean, he was an 1,100-yard rusher. So that's a big get. And you mentioned it, the pass catching production, Harbor, can he put it together for a full year and be that number 1 target? So I think they'll be a top 50 offense just because Sellers is such an elite talent at the quarterback position.
Oh man, I kind of think regression is due, but not too much, which makes it somewhere to me. I think the defense is not as good, so you won't get as many offensive possessions. Yeah. Well, that's that will be regression. I think it'll be more of the same, but like maybe 45th. I think it'll be top 60. Maybe it drops 5-10 spots. I think the schedule's a little harder this year too. Let's talk about the defensive side of the ball, because the defense, Clayton White doing a hell of a job there. They have 6 guys on NFL rosters right now. 5 are drafted on the defensive side of the ball. A 6th currently on an NFL roster as it's preseason. You lost that. That is fucking,
it's a lot of production.
That is hard to, it's hard to reproduce. Their 12th best scoring defense in the country, 44th pass defense, 18th rush defense, 16th best defense in the country. And really, when you think about it, then you're like, man, the defense is probably what got them, to that plateau that they were at there, that breakthrough season for Shane Beamer. They do return a few guys here, so maybe there's still room for optimism. I know. Did the slide load for you? Because it's still not loading for me.
We got Dylan Stewart coming back.
There we go.
Yep. And Judge Collier and DQ Smith. Great name.
Love Dairy Queen. Yeah, so 4 starters back, 1 in the secondary. So there's that. Kilgore's one to watch. They went to the portal heavy.
Hello.
Bringing in guys. Clowney from Louisville comes in at the DN spot. George Wilson from the Campbell Camels Jalen Brown from Missouri, Gabriel Brownlow Dundee from Texas A&M. Love anytime you get an A&M guy in line of scrimmage. I think that's a good thing. Devontae Miles from Bowling Green on the D-line spot. Troy Pikes from Georgia Southern. Linebacker Justin. I have no idea how to pronounce his name. Karanko. How do I say that? Oro Ronquo. I don't know. Or I can't fucking read. All right. Alabama. Oh, no, that's not an R. That's a K. Okoronkwo. Justin Okoronkwo back from he's coming in from Alabama. Sean Murphy from Florida State, very familiar with his game. Cornerback Brandon Sisse from NC State, the Pussy Pack, and Miles Norwood from Ball State coming in. That's a slew of guys, man.
Yeah.
Why is this? This is why our job's a lot harder than it was 7-8 years ago. I mean, how many of these guys are going to get burned? I know Murphy will get burned. I would imagine Brownlow Dundee will get burned. Clowney, actually, I think. Yeah, I mean, I think a decent amount of these guys are going to get burned. They're going to drop off major. They're like, you just can't. Yeah. The portal's not as good as it was a few years ago. So, but even if their talent evaluation is top notch, they're not going to be a top 20 defense. The schedule's harder. I expect more than double the regression. I think they'll be like in the 40s or 50s or beyond. What are you doing there?
Yeah. I think this is the side of the ball that's regression. Anytime you have that many guys that produce at that high level, then you got to go into the portal and take a swing at 10, 15 bodies. I think that's tough. So yeah, I think that this unit is definitely going to take a step back.
Yeah. I think that. I mean, I'd be shocked if they were a top 25 defense. Absolutely shocked. Let's talk about the schedule and the state of the program. But before I do that, I want to let you know that the South Carolina Gamecocks preview for 2025 is brought to you by us. We are the College Football Experience, part of the Sports Gambling Podcast Network, and the Sports Gambling Podcast is back with their 32-team NFL preview series. They're also bringing back the phrase that pays. Each episode, they'll give out a word of a 32-word phrase. Submit that phrase for a chance to win $1,000 Circa future. We're speaking of Circa. We'll be out there, by the way, week 0. So stay tuned for that. We'll be out there for Farmageddon. But we're also brought to you by MyBookie.ag. Yes, MyBookie is your place to bet on every single sport, including all those summer sports. Yes, I might have had $1,000 on the Calgary Stampeders on the line over the past couple weeks. CFL action, MLB, WNBA, golf, tennis, racing, and of course, college football and NFL futures. MyBookie accepts customers from a ton of different locations as well. You can easily deposit, get lightning fast payouts using crypto. So head on over to mybookie.ag. But when you do, use our promo code TCESGPN for 100% deposit match up to $1,000. Terms and conditions apply. Of course, that's mybookie.ag. Promo code TCESGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Look, Rhythm just dropped a new game-changing feature called Power Trends, essentially the best of what, their house model has to offer. These are AI-detected patterns where Rhythm's model has consistently won and has a very high ROI. Think like a strikeout prop that wins 59% of the time when the line and win probability hit a certain range. Power Trends are updated daily and exclusive to Rhythm and Rhythm only. No touts, no noise, just clean data-backed bets, baby. MLB Power Trends are 254 and 147 this season, a win rate of 63% and an ROI of 4.5% in their last 400 bets. So check that out. The WNBA Power Trends are amazing too. 20.7% ROI since they launched. Unbelievable. Download the Rhythm app, check out Power Trends, and start betting smarter. You know damn well we will be as well. So get your free 7-day trial period today. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's RITHMM. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. All right, we are back. Shout out to Kyle Clark in the chat saying, you guys are great to watch every single preview you guys upload. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Kyle. Shout out to everybody listening, even the haters. The Miami fans came for us last night. It was great.
Shocking.
Look, it's good to know they'll jump on YouTube and shit on us, but not go an hour to the game. Fantastic stuff. Fantastic stuff.
we've pissed off 2 fan bases the most so far to start. Texas and Miami. Who had that on their bingo card? Shocker. It's the most predictable. I'll take the under on both of those.
Well, at least Texas fans don't destroy their classic stadium.
True.
So that in a way, even though they bitch and jump to different conferences and demand a network, and then the network fails, and then they leave, and then they're like the girlfriend that's never happy. At least they're not going to destroy. At least they're not going to destroy their their legendary stadium, unlike Miami. Look, state of the program. We do talk about coach. We do talk about coaching staff, roster, transfer portal, fan bases. Oh boy, and stadium. And we got a good one here down in Columbia, South Carolina, with Williams-Brice Stadium. Mac, I know you've been there because you were working for the University of South Carolina before.
Yes.
91 years young. I mean, their fans are great, man. They just do college football right. I'm giving it a 9 of 10. And you look at this thing and look at that, man. Look at that. Who the hell? Why would anybody watch the NFL? You look at that. Kidding me? Been to a Carolina Panther game? I know it's a different state, but there's a reason why they didn't say North Carolina Panthers. All right, they said Carolina Panthers for a reason. This is football 101 here. This is college football 101. This is better than every single stadium in the NFL, with hands down. Look at this thing, man. Got a great mascot. You've been to this thing, I imagine.
Yes.
Okay, what are you giving Williams-Brice 1 to 10? I mean, look at that shit, man. Shane Beamer coming down the aisle like he's goddamn Ric Flair, right? Or Hulk Hogan, may you rest in peace, right?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
What are you giving this thing 1 to 10?
10, dude. They rock that thing. When they do Sandstorm, that place is on fire. And then their entrance, 2001, just when the Gamecocks come out, that place just explodes. And I wasn't even there for a good year either. I mean, it was one of the Muschamp years because I was working for Frank at the time. But dude, they still pack that thing in week in and week out, and they just, like you said, they do it right. Their fans really fucking care, and it's a great college football venue. And they've pulled some big time upsets in that building.
Oh yeah,
whether it was Alabama,
Tennessee
A&M,
a few years
Clemson,
ago. Remember after Tennessee brought the goalpost to the river with Hendon Hooker, they got him.
Yes, they beat them by like 60.
Oh yeah,
that
look
night.
at that shit, man. It's a fucking beautiful campus, great fan base. Just everything that's right about college football.
It's a beautiful city.
Yeah. I don't know that I've spent much time in Columbia.
Yeah.
I think I've been close to it, but I don't know that I've actually been there. I need to get there. It's on the agenda. All right. For this season. Look at that thing though, man. It's fucking gorgeous. YouTube.com/the college experience. This is just beauty right there. This is just absolute beauty. Get out to a game. Look at what it used to be, Mac. That's what I love, man. They build into it. They don't delete it. You know what I mean? They don't get your taxpayers, these scumbags, these scumbag NFL owners keep demanding money from you, right? Oh, we're going to help the city. Nah, we're just going to keep throwing money into our stadium. Our stadium. It is awesome. Yeah. I mean, look at that shit. Done right. Carolinas, man.
A night game there is electric, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Night games are electric.
Oh,
there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
Fantastic stuff, man. You got a statue of a Gamecock right there. Let's go. All right. Just storm the field. Remember, they stormed the field. Come on. I mean, that is college football 101. Don't listen to Greg Sankey's bum ass. All right. You can win a big game. You storm and you storm heavy. You are paying a ridiculous amount of money for that education. I believe if you read the fine print on the education, on your scholarship or on your just paying that yearly cost.
I think that's excellent.
Still, you storm anywhere, right? ECU stormed that NC State multiple times, right? respect.
Yeah. I think they stormed at Clemson here.
Good for them. They should. If it's a rival, why not? We've done, you got to do it. You got to do it. But high, big supporters of storming the field. I think that is ridiculous. It's only been happening for 140, 150 years, but all of a sudden, Alabama's AD has a problem, and then Greg Sankey has a problem, and now we got everybody. Jim Phillips is talking about Filipowski, how he almost got his leg amputated, right? Good Lord, what a dumb fucking world we live in. Shout out to the South Carolina fans that storm. All right. So yeah. Anyway, state of the program was an interesting question, Mac, because off of last season, I think you have to put it at somewhat high, because I don't. Beamer's one of these ones where, like, I know Patty C will text me every couple of weeks saying, "Hey, Pride loses his job this year. Beamer's going to Va Tech." I don't think so. I wouldn't want to replace my dad's job for the most part. I wouldn't want that. Create your own.
Yeah. You
got a good thing brewing there in South Carolina. So based off last season, based off Nyck Harbor, LaNorris Sellers, my guy Jeremiah Donati's a great athletic director. He's there now. I think he's gonna just keep the program rolling along and really all their sports. So they're only gonna get better with that hire. What are you giving this program, 1 to 10?
I think 7's accurate. I know last year was like a really breakthrough year, but we need to see it one more. We need to see it consecutive years, because we haven't seen that with Beamer yet. They won 8 games in 22, but then they came back to the pack in 23 and missed a bowl game. But then they bounced back to boomerang theory. Let's see it back to back before we move it up to an 8 or a 9.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, look, if some people give me shit because they're like, you didn't use that same logic. They voted yes to Texas and Oklahoma coming in too. And we used that, people from the Wisconsin preview or the, Minnesota preview, I forget what previews we were bashing. Why would you bring these schools in? Because they fall further back in the pecking order, which is true, I think, at South Carolina, but I still think it's a little bit different. The talent you're surrounded by at South Carolina, I think, is a little bit different. Even though now I just think it's a little bit different than, say, Wisconsin or something. But did you lose me there? Are we back?
No, you're here.
Okay,
you're back.
I got a notification saying connection failed. That's why we're at the beach. Both of us, two different beaches, but we're not at our normal headquarters.
We're the Carolinas.
Yeah. Folks, before we get to the schedule, we're gonna go game by game on that schedule. I want to let you know that the South Carolina Gamecocks 2025 season preview episode is brought to you by Circa Millions and Circa Survivor. Yes, Circa, the world's greatest sportsbook, Circa Las Vegas. I was just there for Mountain West Media Days. They're hosting the biggest pro football contest. Circa Millions, Circa Survivor, and Circa Grandissimo with over $21 million in guaranteed prizes. Man, I mean, there's no rake either. Shout out to Derek Stevens, friend of the program. You can't call yourself a true DGen if you're not competing in the Circa football contest. And by the way, like I said, come hang out with us. Week 0 is sign up weekend for the Circa Pro Football Contest. So not only will me and Mac be there covering college football live from the Circa in Las Vegas, also, the Sports Gambling Podcast guys, my buddies, will be out there as well. August 21st to August 23rd. Live shows, open bars, everything you need. Plus, you get 15% off your stay at Circa with the promo code SGP15. The contests are open for everyone. Sign up in Nevada. You can play from anywhere with the help of SGPN's official proxy. Go to footballcontest.com with the promo code SGP to get $50 off your proxy fees. We're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Underdog Best Ball Mania is happening all summer long, giving you $15 million in prizes there, including $2 million in first place. There's no waiver wire, no arguments about trades. Best ball is the best way to play fantasy football, folks. So what are you doing? Sign up. Jump over there. UnderdogFantasy.com. But when you do, use our promo code TCESGPN to claim your special pick plus first time deposit offer. Up to $1,000 in bonus credits there. UnderdogFantasy.com. Promo code TCESGPN. All right. We are back. Shout out to Max. All right. Look, he's a long. I mean, you know what I like about Max, man? We talk a lot of shit about Texas, but he's still here. That's a real one. That's a real one right there.
Grinder.
He's been. I guarantee you, he's been to Vince Young Steakhouse. Probably put up a tab like Vince Young used to do at Cheesecake Factory in Nashville. Right? you ever read that story? It's like putting up like 40 grand a week at like a Cheesecake Factory. It's almost like hard to do.
I know.
Week 1.
Beamer Bowl
in Atlanta. Now, we got to throw a flag on the play to start things off here.
Fucking awful.
Oh my God. You have two of the best home environments in all of college football. Why couldn't you do a home and home here? You do one in Lane Stadium where Shane was raised, and then you do another one at Williams-Brice. Oh man, colossal fuck up playing this at Mercedes-Benz. Ah man, Virginia Tech, South Carolina in Atlanta. It's just. It hurts my feelings, man. As a college football fan, it's like Michigan and Western Michigan announced next year that they're going to open up the season in Berlin. And I'm like, what? What are we doing?
Hey, at least it's not a conference.
Still.
At least it's not a conference game.
It's still just crazy to me. I'm like, you think there's any Western Michigan Bronco fans in Berlin? I mean, how many Michigan fans? What? Just ridiculous. But this one, it's depriving us of two of the greatest home field environments in college football.
Yeah.
Who's approving this?
Especially when we're watching LSU and Clemson do a home and home here these next 2 years. It's like you got the Death Valleys going head to head. You could have had Sandstorm versus Enter Sandman. It's like, and then you throw the Beamer factor in there. It's like, oh man, they could have honored Beamer back in Blacksburg in a primetime game.
I mean, it makes me hate this game, and I shouldn't hate this game because this game, it should be fun. Yeah. Brent Pry, I was surprised that I got a chance to sit down with him at ACC Media Days. And shout out to whoever clip. A couple people sent me Lante being one of them, but I got 3 or 4 different clips from I think it was ESPNU or something, or ACC Network, where I'm at the podium asking him questions. Brent Pry was very confident on his team. Now, part of me thought, I like Brent Pry. He and by the way, he coached under Frank Beamer back in the 90s, so I'm sure they know each other pretty well.
Yeah, GA.
GA. And I know he's close with Bud Foster, which obviously is close with Frank Beamer. Man, I just wonder. He was confident on his team, but man, there was a smidgen of used car salesman, if I may speak freely. Like, there was not a negative thing he said. I felt like, I got to take South Carolina here, man. They're going to have the crowd.
They are going to have the crowd. I think Virginia Tech's live in this game. I think Virginia Tech is going to be better than what the public is making them out to be year after the year theory. But I think the Gamecocks win a tight one. I think they win by a field goal. I think that this is going to be a hell of a game. It's the afternoon game before Notre Dame and Miami. I think Sellers makes enough plays down the stretch. Beamer wins the Beamer Bowl down in Atlanta. If it was in Blacksburg, I would definitely take the Hokies.
Well, here's the thing. This is the question that I asked Coach Pry. Last season, he was 0-6 in games with, decided by 10 points or less, and I believe he's 1-11 in the past 2 years, which is almost like, it's almost hard to do. So it's like, even though I asked this question for this year, the year before they were terrible in close games too. So it's like, Kyron Drones is a very talented quarterback. People liked him for the Heisman last year. He gets injured. Now everyone's talking Sellers for the Heisman. There's a shot that Virginia Tech could have the better quarterback for this game, not for the NFL, but I'm saying for this game, they might. Philip Montgomery's a proven OC. Yeah. He comes in for Virginia Tech. They bring in a new DC as well. I'm going to take South Carolina, but I don't feel amazing about it. I mean, they're going to have the crowd. That's the real difference. And Virginia Tech's terrible in close games. So That's my analysis there. Week 2, and by the way, what's that?
The SEC owns this Chick-fil-A game.
Yeah.
It's in SEC country.
Yeah. And I want to shout out South Carolina for their non-con, despite not playing at home or away with Virginia Tech, a home and home, which they should have done, which is a flag on the play. I do like the Beamer aspect of this game, right? I really do. They've also have quite the history, as you can see if you're watching. They've been playing for 120 years, Virginia Tech and South Carolina. But what I do appreciate is the second game on the schedule. Yes, South Carolina State coming to Williams-Brice. Look, this is one. Chennis Berry did a great job in year 1, taking over Buddy Pugh, 9-3 a season ago. They played in the Celebration Bowl and lost, but great. I mean, look, they're going to lose this game, but I just love it on the schedule. Regionality is college football. As much as these TV execs want to rip that apart, this is great on the schedule. But 2-0 for these Gamecocks. What are you doing here?
It really is, and it is a tough spot for the Gamecocks because they're going to play Sunday, have a short week here headed into this game. But I mean, they got enough athletes. 2-0 for the Gamecocks.
Yeah. Then week 3 comes, and look, they have always had Vanderbilt's number. It seems like, including last year when they did not get pissed on. But Diego Pavia is back for his 30th year of college football. Shout out to those that were watching him at New Mexico Military a few years back, maybe a decade ago. But he's our boy. He made me a lot of money over the past 3 seasons. I'm trying to find my clip. I can't find it right now, but was looking for the Chris Farley. A lot of people go to college for 7 years. I'm intrigued by this game, but look, it's at Williams-Brice. Give me these Gamecocks, 3-0.
I got 3-0 as well. If the game is in Nashville, I'd be tempted to take Vandy, even though I know South Carolina kind of beat the shit out of them last year in Nashville. But give me let's go Cox, 3-0, baby.
Yeah. 3-0. Wow, what a start after that season. Then a trip to Columbia, Missouri, and look,
the other Columbia.
I swear, like Eli Drakowitz, I don't know how he does it. I would be willing to say Missouri's had the easiest schedule in the SEC, like 4 out of the last 5 years. I don't know what they got to do. They slipping C notes to Sankey. What's going on? Like, but for whatever reason, even if, because there is no, they have a nice schedule. I'll just say that. Yes, you play some talented teams. Missouri owns South Carolina, specifically in Columbia, Missouri. This is a loss. I will take Mizzou with what's my guy, Bo Pribula, the backup quarterback from Penn State, transferred in there. I'll just say between this and Vandy and Virginia Tech, but Mizzou actually, since they joined the SEC, has kind of owned South Carolina. So give me Mizzou.
Yeah, I think they had won like 6 in a row before last year when the Gamecocks pulled it out in Columbia, South Carolina. Yeah, I'll take Mizzou at home. It's a tough road trip for the Gamecocks going all the way to Columbia, the other Columbia.
Yeah. Look, next year in college football in 26, they'll probably have a game in the other Columbia too, the country. We're on pace for that. How exciting!
Hey, at least you can take your wife there.
That's true. Look, after the Mizzou game, they get the Kentucky Wildcats coming to town. Beamer has owned Stoops. That has been pretty shocking to me, was that the way they have dominated Stoops' teams, and it's at Williams-Brice. So, dude, they got to start hot. Give me, I think on the Kentucky preview, I might have said Kentucky. I'd have to go back and listen. That was like a 50-50 game, but doing a deep dive on the history of this game, Beamer's got he's had a knack for taking them down. So if I go back and listen, I might be Benedicting. But I think the Gamecocks are the play here. So, 4-1 to start. Am I really doing this? What are you doing here?
Yeah, I got the Gamecocks too. Ironically, Kentucky had owned South Carolina before Beamer got there. Like they had won like 5 in a row when I was there. But yeah, Beamer's turned it around. Give me the Gamecocks 4-1 here, headed into the bye.
Yeah, you get the nice bye. Shout out to the great Steve Tannehill, one of my favorites, man. When I was first getting into college football, Steve Tannehill had the mullet. Oh man, fucking great stuff there. Come out of the bye, and you're heading to Death Valley, LSU, and you will lose this game. I know last season you guys got robbed. You should have won that game. Absolute horseshit. I still think, that call, that ref should be fired, suspended. Just unbelievable, ridiculous call in that game. But LSU will win this game even with that. So give me the second loss of the season here. What are you doing?
And with the way that we have forecasted this so far, 4-1, they're going to be a top 25 team at this point. This will be a night game in Baton Rouge. LSU. I'm not betting against LSU at nighttime.
Yeah, and look, it gets a little interesting here because we're going to be previewing the Oklahoma Sooners next tonight. This is a huge game here. This is a fucking huge game.
They beat the shit out of them in Norman last year. Remember that shit?
Yeah. I'm going to take South Carolina, but I don't know. Oklahoma is a true mystery team here. Give me the Cox though. Give me them to win another game. I could see Oklahoma being really good. I could also see them being really bad. They're a high variance team to me.
Yeah.
But give me the Gamecocks. Williams-Brice is a legit home field advantage. What are you doing here?
I'm gonna take Oklahoma. I think Mateer and company offense will be rolling at this time, and I think the revenge angle after South Carolina embarrassed them in Norman. I think Oklahoma gets them back here in Columbia.
Wow. So I got them 5-2, I think it is. You got them 6. You got them 4-3, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Then shout out to Sam. Arklahoma. My apologies, not Oklahoma. Arklahoma. We'll talk about the Oklahoma Sooners later tonight. Next up, actually. Then the Alabama Crimson Tide come to town. Man, they had Alabama on the ropes last year. This is potentially the one. Not so fast. Bama, I think, gets it done. I'm high on Alabama this year. If you haven't heard our Alabama preview, go listen to it. This is my third loss for the Gamecocks here. What are you doing here?
This is where I got the upset. I got the Gamecocks taking down the Tide again in Columbia, like they did once upon a time with when Saban was there. So we both got them at 5-3 a different way.
Yeah, 5-3. The schedule all of a sudden got really, really challenging. Then you head to Oxford, Mississippi to take on Ole Miss, who did kind of fuck you up last year. I got to take Ole Miss again, though. I think
too much talent.
Like, yeah, I know, and he's been raving about his quarterback too. I feel like so. Like, losing Dart ain't as big as ain't as big as I think most are thinking. I will take Ole Miss, but you never know with Ole Miss. I'll say that, man. They lost to Kentucky at home, was 18-point favorites last year. It could happen, but I got to take the Rebels here. You?
Yeah, I'm 5-4. I think Ole Miss too much, and they'll be playing their best ball at this time.
Yeah. Then after the Ole Miss game, they get a bye week. Shout out to the great George Rogers. Bill Belichick, when I was at ACC Media Days, was talking about George Rogers. Fantastic stuff there. Old Washington Redskin great. Super Bowl champ, 87 there. Then they come out of the bye week and they head to Kyle Field. This is a guaranteed loss. I will guarantee they lose this game. The way they beat A&M a season ago, they are not winning this game. Yeah. Give me Elko and 5-5. Man, I had them at 5-1 at one point. I feel like. Then Coastal Carolina comes to town. Tim Beck, MJ Morris. All right, give me your 6-win bowl eligibility happening here. But I will say this, man. Little brother gets up sometimes. I remember the Citadel beating South Carolina, but yeah. Give me a 6th win, bowl eligibility on the line here. What are you doing?
I'm with you. They punch your ticket for a bowl game. The problem is there's just so many body blow games before this. A&M, Ole
Yeah.
Miss, Alabama, Oklahoma, LSU. I mean, they just went through a gauntlet the last 5 weeks before this game.
Yeah, it's actually like shout out to Coastal. I don't know how good Coastal will be. I mean, we did our preview, but and we took. I think we both took the over, but
yeah.
It's in a good spot for them. Then after that, we have the Palmetto Bowl, Clemson, South Carolina. They've been playing since the 1800s. It's fucking beautiful. And unfortunately, Gamecock fans, I am calling for revenge for Dabo Swinney and Tom Allen. Rah, more power, rah, to get it done. I think Clemson gets them. Revenge. 6-6, man. Really?
Yeah,
I feel like they're better than 6-6, but what are you doing here?
I hate picking Clemson in this game, but yeah, Dabo and company. I think the road team wins this series for the fourth, or actually the road team wins it for the fifth straight time. Clemson's won their back-to-back. South Carolina's won back-to-back at Clemson. I think we get a fifth straight road winner. And I'm 6-6 with you, man. And I'm with you. I like their team. It's just this schedule. They got dealt a tough hand. Oh, this is an under.
Woo!
Yeah.
I gotta lock this, man. It's 7.5. I mean, hold on. I'm locking the under on 7.5 with South Carolina. They're plus 2,500 to win the SEC, plus 390 to make the CFP. I'm just gonna bet the under 7.5 wins. I think you can make a case now. They lost so much defensively. You can make a case that this team could miss a bowl. Pretty solidly. What if Virginia Tech does get in week 1? Virginia Tech has been in a ton of close games. What if Virginia Tech does get them? Right? So that's one more loss. That would put us at 5-7. But then I gave them Oklahoma. Who the hell knows what Oklahoma's going to look like? Right? I gave them Vandy with Diego pissing Pavia. I gave them Kentucky. Now that's kind of historically based. But I mean, it wouldn't shock me if you have a 7th-year quarterback come in and grab a dub. You know what I mean? So what's the floor? 4-8, 3-9. What's the ceiling?
4-8. If I mean they were good in the 1-score games last year. If they're bad in the 1-score games, they could go 4-8. It's just they literally could lose 5 in a row. LSU, Oklahoma, Alabama, at Ole Miss, at A&M. I mean, they very well could lose 5 in a row there in Clemson, and then 1 or 2 more in the first month.
Look, I don't know about Kentucky, but I think every other team on their schedule besides South Carolina State and South Carolina State's an FCS. I think every other team on the schedule is going to be a bowl team.
Didn't you have Kentucky as a bowl team?
At fringe, I think I had them at 5-7, but I think that's the over. But I could see them being 6-6. Virginia Tech, I guess Virginia Tech could also be a team that doesn't make a bowl. But South Carolina State's a good FCS too. It's it's a hard schedule, man.
Yeah.
So what's the ceiling?
Says 7-5 is the floor. Bird, I don't know, man. This schedule.
Especially knowing you're breaking in you got to avoid the sophomore slump. New offensive coordinator. You lost 6 guys to the NFL on defense. What's the ceiling here? Ceiling is they start off. You know what? They start off 5-0. They could start off 5-0. They could.
They could.
Start off 5-0. You start off 5-0. Okay, you're going to lose that LSU game, especially if you're 5-0. But hosting Oklahoma could be shitty this year. I mean, they had a losing record last year. You know what I mean? They've had 2 losing records in the past 3 seasons. So what if Oklahoma's not that good? That's your 6th win. And then what if you clip Ole Miss 7? And what if you get Coastal and Clemson? 9-3 is your ceiling. Your floor is 3 or 4 wins. Am I being too ridiculous?
I don't know if they can get all those games. I don't know if they. I got to see them beat Clemson back-to-back years. They haven't beat Clemson back-to-back since Spurrier.
It's a tough schedule, man.
Yeah.
A tough schedule. Yeah, I'm locking the under though. I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good. Bird, I did eat shit on the I took the under last year. I think I had him. I forget what was the win total last year. I think it was like 5.5 or 6.5. I had him at 5 and 7, I think, if memory serves me correct. This year and look, I'll be the first to tell you, I was completely wrong. They were very good last year. When you preview 136 teams, believe it or not, you do get a few wrong here and there. But I feel pretty good about this one. I did bet the under last year, Britt. This is a good sign for you, Britt, if you're a Gamecock fan. I ate a big old pile of shit betting the under on them a season ago. Maybe it happens again. But I will lock up the under, and I feel pretty good about it. You're locking it too?
Yeah. Yep. I mean, hey, when I see a team overachieve and win some crazy games the way they did last year, like that Clemson game, that's usually a team I fade the next year. Some regressions happening, especially with all the defensive production gone.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, folks. We have two more shows coming up, but Oklahoma will come up next in about 15 minutes. So Boomer Sooner, subscribe to the College Football Experience. Give Moneyline Mac a follow on Twitter at Moneyline_Mac. I'm on Twitter at TheColbyD. The College Football Experience is on Twitter at TCE on SGP. We'll be in Las Vegas, Nevada for week 0, folks. Come on out to the Circa. And yeah, check out all of our other previews. 136 episodes, 136 previews. Let's go. Enjoy the slideshow. I put together a slideshow honoring the history of South Carolina football. YouTube.com/The College Experience. Till next time. And fans asked for the song, so let's ride. This is the College Football Experience, South Carolina Gamecock style. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here. Run, shoot.